Welcome to my party, we're just getting started. A life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars. Crashing in my car, wake up in a bar. I'll be a superstar, just on my avatar. This world is so bizarre, empty out the reservoir. Yeah, I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots, all straight to the face. I'm taking 6 shots, are you coming with me? I'm taking 6 shots, yeah, straight to the
And welcome everyone to the Man Cave. My name is Paul Knapp, and I will be your host for tonight's show. This is season number 2, episode number 37, and waiting in the green room tonight, we have a duo for you. It is Open by Chance. Those of you that are familiar with our channel, Open by Chance is with us tonight. I met them at Joe Lanta, and they were happy to come on my show tonight, so we got them in the guest room. But before we get to our special guest tonight, we got to see who the usual suspects are tonight, and we're starting off with this gentleman right here. Stacy Armstrong, how are you tonight, sir?
Good. How are you, sir?
Outstanding. And back from his long vacation in Canada, where it snows 6 months out of the year, Mr. Murray Corrigan, how are you, sir?
I'm well, thank you. And yourself?
Outstanding. It's a holiday here for us. I don't know what it is up in Canada, but we got today
Thanksgiving
off.
Day.
Thanksgiving Day on a Monday?
Yeah, always.
All right.
We're weird. We know it.
Yeah, but you had the day off, right? So.
Yep. Well, no.
Wait a minute now. So do you actually so this is Thanksgiving for you, but do you celebrate our Thanksgiving in November?
No,
too?
I wish I could get away with that.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Although I have friends that take the Thursday off because of football games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Because,
definitely.
they're Packers fans, so.
Sure.
Oh. How dare you, sir?
And finally, from the great state of New Hampshire, it is Mr. Rick Bradshaw. How are you tonight, sir?
Good. How's everybody tonight? Good to be on.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Got a bunch of people in the chat already.
Chat
Sure,
room.
we do.
Everyone's
Ernie,
filling up
Big Boss.
slow, but we're getting there. Ernie's Attic is with us tonight.
Hey,
Big
Cos,
Boss Jack.
in
I
there.
also ran into him down in at Joe Lanta. He picked up a bunch of stuff, man. Mike's GI Dojo. How are you
Yeah.
tonight?
Mike's in there.
Mike,
Mike's from Florida. Did you get hit with that second hurricane, bro? Put down a
Oh.
comment, man. Let me know what you did. Scooter J. Haven't seen you in a
Yeah.
while, man.
Scooter J.
Big Boss
He-
Jack, and Ernie. Ernie's
He
at
must
it.
be in Canada also, right?
Ernie's Attic is with us tonight. I'm looking to see if my sister's on.
I haven't
sister-
seen Barb yet.
No, she usually gives me hell.
Yep.
Probably had enough of you.
Doll Base is with us from Sweden, man. What time is it there, brother?
Give it a while.
I know. So, Doll Base was always on Terry's show, though. I remember seeing a lot of comments
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
Toy
he's-
Reconnaissance, hello, how are you?
Action Joe
Some-
Figs is there too.
Action
Cause.
Joe Figs, he's
Team
up.
Joe.
He's always there. So,
There we go.
Action Team Joe. Oh. Scooter J.
Cool.
54 today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Ooh, sorry. about
Getting
the
stoned.
Stone, dude.
What a way to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no kidding. Hope they kept it and gave it to you.
Bro, man, how are you tonight? So, all right, as always, I'm going to go around the room and say what's new in your zoo. We're going to start off with Stacy Armstrong. Hey, and by the way, when we do this, what's new in your zoo, you guys don't have to focus just on GI Joe, your toy collecting, okay? I mean, Angelo, for example, will tell you everything that's going on in school and
we know.
what his dog is doing and how the weather is in New York. I mean, so if you guys, you can talk about your GI Joes, but if there's something else on your mind, feel free to talk about it. So, Stacy, I'm going to start with you. What's new in your zoo, brother?
Okay, so I just had our local club meeting for the Michigan one, and I picked up this Jeep because I needed the Moto Rev Jeep.
Cool.
I needed the beater bar because for one of my other Jeeps, and then
Hey,
I
Phil
also
Moore.
may need it for the motor parts for the windings or something like that, just in case. So I picked this one up. Glad to get that. And then I got this from Rick. Everybody recognize that.
Rick
All
Bradshaw.
right.
Yeah. But I actually, you can
Swap
see
the
there's
head.
a regular GI Joe in there. So
You were able to get that helmet off.
discussion upon whether this could be turned into have a regular Joe on it. So I was able to put a regular GI Joe body.
You mean the head, not the body.
No, the whole body.
Yeah, no
You put a
body.
different
What
body?
hands are you using?
Yeah, it's 100% a reproduction GI Joe 60 style body. So-
You got the hands to fit,
Yep. Pull the hands out. Just heat them up. Pull the hands out.
right?
The whole socket, and this will go right into it.
Oh, okay.
Original feet are still in it,
Nice.
so
Yeah.
you know just soften those up a little bit, and then it fits and it closes.
Cool.
Nice.
So then I flocked him to be an astronaut,
Well, sure.
and then so I'll show, since I was out digging stuff because I had to get I'm boxing my boatmen up. They're going to be put in window boxes. So I thought I'd show these since I had to dig the stuff out. So I made 2 muscle body astronauts, and they're talkers. So this is a real talking chest, and I put a Action Man talking mechanism in it. They have a record style instead of the tape. And then, so everybody can see this. This is a vintage chest, but if you see the writing on the back, it's
Yeah, Pawtucket.
right. So it's not the U.S. version. So, and you'll notice it's got holes in it. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't make a talker.
No.
So I made a template off of this one and hand drilled all the
Oh,
holes. Yeah, and then I put the talking mechanism in it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I have 2
Neat.
custom-made talkers.
Way cool.
Oh well.
Cool.
Just throw them anywhere. Steve.
So I'm on the pile.
Yeah, they're in the pile right now. So you want me to show, Paul, you want me to show my favorite thing, or you want to?
Dude, it's your 5 minutes, man. You do what you want.
Oh, I got 5 minutes now.
I'll cut you off. Don't worry. I'll cut you off.
Right in the middle of it. All right. So everybody recognizes this as
Yeah.
the regular eagle eye head, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is my favorite. Now, this is a real muscle body, and this is a reproduction uniform.
Right.
However, this is an eagle eye.
But it's not the factory eagle eye.
No, this is the one
It
that I
actually
made.
looks better.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it looks like a
it
real
looks
GI
more
Joe.
like a regular GI Joe head, and not.
Yeah.
Not like he's getting a proctology
scary.
exam.
Yeah, exactly.
You're worried about your knuckles,
Murray.
So yeah. So that's my favorite. And I put
LPH
him
is
in this
laughing
kind of
at you in
uniform,
the
not a
green
vintage
room,
one, because I
man,
don't want people to know. But
Murray,
that's it.
Murray with that northern humor.
I tell you, man.
Cold winter nights, dude.
Shame on you.
Speaking of cold winter nights, let's head up to Canada. What's new up there, brother? Is it snowing yet?
No, God, no. It felt like it was gonna this morning, though. It rained
Jeez.
for the first time in I think 2 months, yesterday and today.
Dang.
But
Yeah.
yeah, let's see. What's new? Couple new Action Men muscle bodies, thanks to Stace. Repaired the head. Got to tighten this one up a little bit.
So do you and Stacy like keep the same box and just fill it and send it back to each other and just
Well, we've thought of that.
I mean, why waste good cardboard, right? Just keep
Well,
it, send it back, fill it, send
you
it
know.
back.
You just label
We know
over
what the
label.
postage rate will be.
Yeah.
It's easier to budget. Pick this one up. Sea Adventure. Oh, there he is. Nice sculpt, actually. The hair is not too bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
A little bit of a light spot at the back. And then I got a parcel from a dear old friend, Sean Huckster.
Oh,
Oh.
Mr. Huckster. 3D printed?
Oh yeah,
That's
Nice.
cool.
That's cool.
it is. And of course, you've
Oh, yeah, his laser
Oh,
cannon.
man.
Yeah.
oh yeah, with all the variation stands for it.
Yep. Well, and you got one of the
You got the
attachments.
rack.
Yep.
Oh yeah. And as if like this isn't enough, then
Oh, I know. I got one of those too.
Ah.
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
And-
got the
and
one
the
with the
little
drone on the
drone.
back though. That's
Yeah,
new.
the little
Yeah.
drone, and that just comes right off. It's
Yeah.
like him and Jim boggle my mind.
Oh, I know.
I know.
Just the lovely
Yep.
little
Yeah, little things like that. I know. It's just
Yep.
cool. Cool
The amount of
And
pad
then-
work that they put into that kind of stuff is just.
I know.
it's
And
just-
then because he's Sean and he has a
Yeah.
Canadian history also.
Ah,
Are those the ski poles?
No, they're
no.
Oh, what are they?
curling brooms.
Curling, man.
Oh,
Grilling, yeah.
oh,
You know,
gosh.
some
Okay.
rocket boot attachments for rocket boots. And these things, he really came up with a great idea because it just slides on the backside of the boot. So any boot
Oh, any boot will fit. Okay.
you can make into a rocket boot.
Ah,
Neat.
cool.
And wrist communicators, a couple of the lovely little
I like the wrist communicators, man. Those are
Yeah.
simple
they're
but
awesome.
awesome.
I'm hoping to get some time to play with them. And then
Oh, the stun gun
the
thing.
new
Or the,
bazooka.
yep. With the
We should have plenty of time.
torpedoes, yeah.
Pick one of any of your 300 days of vacation that you have.
All right, now Stace, let's not be mean.
He has a
You're
Huckster,
retired,
Huckster,
aren't
Yeah.
Huckster dog tag, not a.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adventure
the
Tour, right?
Huckster
Yeah.
dog tags and some stickers too. And
Yeah.
I mean, an incredible care package. Just amazing. I mean, the work
Oh, there's my
that these
sister.
guys are doing with the 3D printing just blows me. Barb's in South Padre Island.
Apparently, she's in Texas and didn't tell me.
Didn't tell you, eh?
trying to get away from you.
I see the lady once a year, and she just didn't tell me.
Come on, that's
She's-
so rude.
I'm sorry. Cause is right down there, right? He's in Texas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Antonio.
And Jim.
I don't know where South Padre Island is, Cause,
And
but you might want to run over and see my sister.
I'm sure she doesn't want to.
All right.
Oh, surely you just.
We got one more,
otherwise-
Rick. It's your turn, Rick. And I'm looking in the green room, and LPH is slowly falling asleep. So
I'll go quick. I shouldn't say anything. I can't follow up on what Murray just showed. My God.
I know.
I might as
That was
well just sign off. Good night, everybody. Nice.
Good night.
All right, because we have David and LPH, I'm going to show a couple of vintage things. I showed this on Terry's show, and this is, see if I can get this. in here.
Lassie?
Lassie.
Yeah.
This
Lassie
is
in his-
my
oh, yeah.
Lassie.
And a cart.
The cart, yep. And the
What
cart
year was that?
up to Lassie.
What year was that?
76.
76.
Oh.
And the only thing that's missing on this is Lassie. It came with a little blue basket with a little dog in it, and it fit in Lassie's mouth. And Lassie's got
Ever neat.
articulation.
I remember you showing that.
Yeah, found it at the
That is
flea
awesome.
market. Really neat. It's a neat
Cool.
piece. Really nice, and it's
No
1/6
kidding.
scale. Fits perfect
Mhm.
with Joe. And then another vintage. I think this would be considered vintage. It's 79 Adventure
Yeah.
People,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Adventure
Yeah.
People.
and that's
Man,
the
my-
Alpha.
I hear
The
Dave's
Alpha
right into
Pro.
that. LBJ.
I've never had those as a kid, but my one neighbor friend had them. We played those all the time, man.
Yeah, they're
Well,
fun.
they played well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. They last
They were
forever.
really well made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go. You can put them through hell.
What year
Yeah.
was that?
79.
70s, yeah.
This is the Alpha Probe, and it had both. It had 2 astronauts. It's in really good shape,
Is
actually.
that the original hose?
Yeah, came with that.
Those hoses are hard to find, though, man. That's
Yeah, well, again, I won't say, but you wouldn't believe what I paid for it.
uh,
You're doing one of those deals again.
You wouldn't believe it. Okay, and then I'll show one quick. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to fit this in the screen. Let me see if I move my thing.
It's not another Paul Knapp doll, is it?
Oh, did they tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, I won't. Never mind.
The last thing LPH and David need to see is a doll of me.
Hey, that's a limited edition.
This is
Just
limited to 3.
A buddy of mine made this, and I stopped him from selling it, and I grabbed it, and then I incorporated some of my own stuff. So what I have is I have H.G. Wells in his time machine.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
That is right flipping cool.
It's hard to see.
It's a bicycle chain around the ball. I see that.
Yeah, he put that on. I'm not sure why, but he
no, it looks cool.
Yeah. It really sells it.
And I put see if I can take it apart very quickly. I'll do this very quickly. I put the padded chair I found on eBay.
Yeah.
And you can just barely see, I put this kind of
controls.
Yeah.
The neat looking controls that make it look, from the.
Oh, wow.
You did a really good job. And so did your buddy. That is sweet.
Yeah. And the whole thing is the whole round thing is from like some kind of battle bots thing that they still sell on the they're still on the shelves now. They're like tops. You spin them and throw them in there, and then they battle it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The sphere. Yeah.
But
that is really cool.
H.G. Wells in his time machine.
Yeah. Very cool.
Nice job.
Awesome.
That's all I got. Nothing. No 3D prints. Sorry.
Aw.
No, it's good.
Could have sent you some, Rick.
Real quickly, before I bring our special guest in tonight, I have 2 videos to show. One is from Chuck. Chuck was on a couple weeks ago before Joe Lanta, and he made those special outfits just for Joe Lanta. He said he has a couple of those left. And I'm just going to post this real quick 30-second video just so you guys can remember what those outfits were like. That's Chuck here at the show. He was doing a little hands-on stuff there. Those are the right there that he's selling. I think he said he has 3 or 4 of them left. So if anybody wants to buy them, you can contact me. I will hook you up with Chuck. They were cool outfits. Those are pretty cool outfits, man.
Those really are.
Nice.
I like the pattern.
It's quite the seamstress.
Yeah, he is. He is. And the second video I have is from Andy and Indy, who's normally in the chat room right now, but he's not. He's still working on that. Is he there?
He will be.
Oh, I'm sure he will be. But this is a video he sent me last week, but we just didn't have room on the show to show it. He's still working on that Eagle Eye 3D head print that he's doing. And
just a quick little update video. As you can see, the colors are still not quite right on the 3D printed heads, but they pop right on.
So he's got a soft line.
Cool.
yeah, it's a soft fit.
3D printed
all right, that
soft
one's a little-
head.
Okay. There we go.
Gregorio.
Nice popping.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Wow.
That's sweet.
He's still working on that. So
He's going to make those with eagle eyes?
that's what he said. He was working on an Eagle Eye. I don't know how he's going to do a soft head Eagle Eye, but maybe.
I don't know either, because it's
Cool.
going to flex and then it'll grab and catch.
Yeah.
But I know
This
that
is
we.
the official Lantern toy news.
Yeah. And since Gregorio is in the house, I see he's Mr. Filmaholic is with us.
Yep.
I wanted to say thank you. He sent me a little gift package this week, and I just got it. It was full of Mark's Vikings, which was very cool. He sent me 2 reissue Joe stuff, so I can put that with my 40th anniversary. And then he sent me a whole bag of, dude, these are Britain's metal
Cool.
Vikings. And he knows I collect toy soldiers, and these are probably from the 70s. I thought they were Tempo for a second, but these are Britain's.
Yeah,
Very
cool.
And
neat.
they're all painted. Everyone's painted still in great condition, man. I don't know where he picked them up at. Got the metal bases on them still.
Jeez.
So I'm a gift giver. I don't know about you guys. I like sending boxes. I hate receiving stuff. I feel weird when I get stuff. I don't know how to say thank you. You know, it's just like, but I love giving.
But not receive.
You know, Rick, you should be getting a package tomorrow, probably.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, the holiday, that'll slow things down.
yeah.
Yeah. If they can figure out the street address, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for wasting my Thursday last week.
I owe you, buddy.
The post office. They're like this street, this address does not exist. I was like, I text Rick back. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's the wrong zip code." I did. Do you even fucking know where you live? I was like, yeah. I just wasted 20 minutes.
I never mail myself anything. What can I tell you?
So, well, without further ado, I know we've kept them in the green room way too long already. I got some introductions for these folks. So if you're not familiar with them, she was an R&B backup singer for Aretha Franklin, and he was a professional Civil War reenactor before they started making millions of dollars on YouTube. Now they have their channel open by chance. This is David and LPA.
Hey.
Millions. Now that would be something.
I could go with that, but I hate Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
I don't like Aretha Franklin. I have a lot of her records, and I gave them all away because I cannot stand
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
but I still love it anyway. Thank you. I can sing.
Well, welcome to the Man Cave. I met you guys at Joe Lanta.
Yes.
You guys were doing the walk around several times each day.
Yeah.
And I was hoping to get you on the show, and finally I got you here. So welcome.
Oh, thank you for inviting us. Hello to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
I see Action Joe Figs
Yeah.
because we see him on our channel.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we had a little crossover tonight. So
Yes.
so
Yes.
first question. LPH.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
How did you come up with LPH?
When we did our YouTube channel, I think in like 2019 or something, I believe. No, it was earlier than that. It was way earlier than that. I needed a name and I couldn't figure out a name at all. I mean, me and David went back and forth throwing names around. And then I just settled on Lady Pop Hunter. Because I thought it incorporates everything, but then I didn't want it to sound like I only collect Funko Pops.
Yeah. Well,
Because
that's what I was wondering. I was like, because you collect everything.
yeah, I do collect Funko Pops, and I do have a lot, probably more than I should have. But it's pop culture.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
and then I do hunt for pop culture type things. So that's what I was trying to say. And a lot of people said Funko Pops, and it was true for a while, but then I kind of backed off of Funko Pops. So that's how I got the name.
Right on.
And yes, Scooter J, that is the Prime One Studios Serpentor.
Yeah.
Asking in the comment section there.
Wow.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, no.
And,
So-
and David, when you're not doing Civil War reenacting, I hear you like to do a little stuff for yourself. Is that
Your sound was going
Oh,
out.
you didn't hear that?
Paul went underwater.
I said, with that beard, you're not doing Civil War reenacting anymore. You're mostly
No.
collecting. Okay.
The beard thing, and yeah, it comes up from time to time. She was curious. She wanted to know what it would look like if I grew the beard out, and so I let it start to grow out, and she likes it. So I get to keep the beard.
Yeah, we're going for a ZZ Top theme here. We want it to get like that, and then we're gonna really be on the ball.
Very cool. Well, I know we got a lot of questions. We're going to ask a couple questions, then we're going to delve into our big question that I had for you that we talked about.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, gentlemen, ask away before we hit our topic for tonight. If there's anything you guys.
First of all, I'd like to opt out of the topic tonight.
No.
Oh no!
I'm very interested in the topic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm very interested. Mostly because I think I'm the oldest one here, so
Yeah.
Just
I've
by
been
a
looking
week
at
or two.
my collection a little differently. But I watched your last video, David, about and I commented it on your Facebook page.
The 5 reasons
Okay.
to avoid negativity.
Yeah, the negativity stuff. I thought that was very good. You touched on a good subject there.
Mhm.
It's getting bad in
Yeah.
in some of the YouTube groups with a lot of the content creators, because we watch content from both comic and from toy collectors,
Right.
and some of them, and their bigger channels, they pick feuds, and they go back and forth, and then all you have to say is at so and so said this to me, and then that becomes your whole video topic instead of talking about the hobby, and you get lost in that.
Yeah.
And then what do? Because you can burn out.
No,
You'll burn out, and it's there's only so much of that your core audience will tolerate before they're just going to fade away.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck with all the trolls who feed off of that, but they'll get tired of you too.
Yeah.
And I could have mentioned it in the video, but a good example, Andrew Dice Clay. You're all old enough to remember Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah.
There was he went from literally, and some people watching might be younger and not realize, he used to fill football stadiums.
Yeah.
When he was on concert, he would go fill Foxborough Stadium in Massachusetts. He'll have like 68,000 people there on stage just being nasty and being filmed for pay-per-view and selling VHS cassettes. And then practically overnight couldn't fill a nightclub with 20 people.
Yeah.
Just like that. We all remember.
Yeah.
And in more modern era, you saw that happen to Tom Green with the guy who would like suck off a cow's udder on his show for attention, and then people watched him because it's the circus sideshow. And then where is he now?
He's nowhere. Yeah,
you can. I said it on the video. You keep setting the bar low. All you can do is crawl under it. Sooner or later, that bar is going to fall on you, and people will be tired.
Yeah,
it's an epidemic on some of these channels.
Oh yeah,
that's too bad.
Yeah, it really takes away from the collecting, because when you watch their regular stuff, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They talk about things you want to hear about, or that you're interested in. But then when you get on this road of slander, then it's like I didn't subscribe to your channel for that.
Yeah.
And then I noticed what people were doing is they were putting these YouTubers' names in their titles for views. So then it became clickbait, and it's like, you want to get a lot of views and you want to grow your channel, but I don't know if that's the proper way. I don't believe. And I told David, if he go down that road, I'm out. I'm not. I don't think that's a
I don't blame you.
respectable way to grow a channel.
No,
you're right.
Yeah,
it's misleading. It's just bad.
Well, those guys, I mean, they try to put each other out of business. They try to shut their channels down. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, they do, and it's just sad because you want the popularity, I guess. You want to see the views, you want to see the comments, you want to see the likes. But God, how much you got to pay for that? Because you say
integrity is expensive.
Yeah. But that adage, sticks and stones break your bones, words don't hurt. Them words hurt because you remember what that person said when you were 5. It still bothers you. It'll trigger you today. So those words do hurt, even though you say it doesn't. It does.
Yeah. That's all it takes. I don't want to open it up and see negative comments all the time. 99.9% of the comments we get are fairly positive. We rarely. Every once in a while, a troll pops in and says something stupid.
Yeah,
whatever.
We block them, put them out.
Yeah, but mostly it's people that are just enjoying the content. They get what we're talking about. They like the discussions. They like the showcases or whatever.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Big Boss Jack.
Yeah, Big Boss Jack's there.
Eating his birthday cake.
There you go.
He's having his cake and eating it too. The poor guy.
Let me ask you a question then. Since you guys collect just about everything,
Yeah.
what would you say are the top 2 items to collect from the 60s, 70s, and the 80s? That's the first part. Then the second part would be if you're a new collector coming into this today, what would you collect currently today? What would you think that would be good to collect?
Good to collect. It depends. I mean, are you talking in terms of vintage?
Well, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, we'll say all vintage stuff, and then
Because
for today, just whatever.
yeah, because
Culture, toys,
we
whatever.
did a couple of videos. We did a series of videos. There's 3 of them, and it's 70s, 80s, and 90s
Mhm.
Action figures that are still affordable.
Right.
In 3 videos, one for each decade, because people they end up going down a rabbit hole of modern collecting sometimes because excuse me, they think that the vintage is unattainable because they look at something like, say, Masters of the Universe or GI Joe or something like that, but there's a lot of vintage stuff that's still right in a sweet spot that they might be interested in. And we, like I said, we did videos on that because there's stuff that flies right under the radar. One of them was shown tonight. A lot of the Fisher Price Adventure people are still pretty affordable. And those are fantastic, especially for a toy that had no comic, no TV show, there's no cartoon, nothing.
Yep.
Pure imagination. I've got the Kenner Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. Those are still fairly affordable. You know, there's some great stuff.
You just showed that Texaco gas station or something the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Texaco gas station. That's tough to complete, actually.
Yeah.
That one's tough to complete. But, you know, if you're into Mego, for example, the big money with vintage Mego is superheroes, Planet of the Apes, and things like that. But there's other stuff that Mego did that's reasonable.
Yeah, and I recently talked to a coworker, and he was asking me, you know, I'm building my man cave, and I want to fill it with vintage stuff. What should I get? And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
I just want all kind of things that are vintage. So my suggestion was just go to like antique mall, go to a toy show, go to a record show. Don't buy anything, but walk around, look at things, pick things up, see what pulls at you, see what sparks your memory. And then, you know, because he wanted like just random stuff. And then I told him also look on YouTube and look at other people's man caves and see how they have it decorated. Because you have some people that have a lot of random stuff, but it looks purposeful and it looks good. So, you know, get some ideas like that, because you have people that want to collect and they have nowhere to start, but they don't have an idea where to start. So I always say go to a toy show and just walk around and just look and see what catches your eye, see what jogs your memory. Oh, I remember watching that TV show. Or, oh, I had this. My friend, my neighbor had that. You know, start there and then kind of go like that, because
you don't have your own passion already.
Yeah, if you don't have, but if you got a passion, you know, I love GI Joe. Then to a place like Joe Fest, Joe Lanta, something like that would be great.
Yeah.
A good place to start and walk around, see other people, talk to people, come on YouTube, look at videos, stuff like that. But if you don't have a clue, you just kind of gotta go to an antique mall, go to shows, stuff like that, and just get a feel.
Yeah, and GI Joe's got a lot of incarnations. So which one appeals to you?
Yeah,
you know, and some of them are more affordable than others. Certainly.
Yeah.
You guys see that question I put up there for you?
Oh yeah, your favorite toy growing up.
Yep.
We talked about this a lot. Growing up, I really don't remember a lot of toys because we didn't get a lot of toys growing up. The things that I got growing up were bikes and radios. I got a ton of radios and a ton of bikes. I don't remember having a lot of toys. And then we got clothes a lot. But toys,
essentials. You got the essentials.
Yeah. We didn't
You
get
know,
a lot of toys.
practical.
Yeah. Because I used those radios and I rode the bike everywhere.
Yeah.
So I guess in my parents' eyes, this is something she needs.
Well, sure.
She just wanted you out of the house. That's what it
Yeah.
was. That's so they didn't have to hear you. Here's the radio. Here's the bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now go play.
Well,
That was
that was
stuff I
pretty
was
much
going to keep
normal.
up
Yeah.
with. A toy probably would get lost in about 2-3 days. But that bike and radio stuck around for a while.
Yeah.
David,
And,
what about you?
Favorite toy? Well, there's a couple, but in particular, there's Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not doing that great these days. You see his lumbar. He's got lumbar problems. This is my childhood Luke Skywalker,
That's cool.
and he is stolen.
Somebody
It's
might
the
be
only-
watching.
It's the only Star Wars figure I had as a kid.
Okay.
Up to a point, and that's another story. But yeah. So Luke and I had a lot of adventures because and I've talked about it before on the channel. There was no Christmas or birthday in my house. There was one year that I got some birthday gifts. I was maybe 5. I don't know where they came from, and it was the Weeble camper set, the Playmobil Night Deluxe set, which I have. If anybody's never seen that before, and what else did I get that year? It was the Sears Western Town.
Okay.
The Sears Western Town. And so I played with that stuff a lot because basically
So
that
it's
was
like
it.
Mark's playset.
Yeah, it looks like Mark's, but it's not. It's
Right.
a different company, but it was sold through Sears exclusively.
Yeah.
And you assembled the buildings, and they had little
Right.
cowboys and Indians.
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you guys want to hit our topic for tonight?
Yeah.
Sure.
That'd be good.
I didn't make it known to the people in the
No.
Stacey's dreading it.
Stacey, you can just do
Oh,
this.
you're
Yeah,
not
stay-
the only
La
one.
la 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 la.
Yeah.
For those of you in the chat room, we decided before the show that we're going to have a topic for tonight since I got these two on. They've done similar topics like this on their show and their talks, and I really liked them. And I thought, what better duo to have on to talk about this topic, what to do with our collections when we are no longer here. Stacey doesn't want me to use the die word or death, so I'm going to say when we're no longer here.
Uh-huh.
So take it away, LPH and David. How do we approach this issue? I mean, you've done a video in the past on your show about that,
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
and maybe for the people in my chat room that haven't seen that, can you?
Well,
Elaborate on a little bit?
the one positive thing with me and David, obviously, we both collect.
Yeah.
So that kind of helps out a lot. But you got a lot of people who is one spouse collects, and it's usually the man that collects, and a lot of the women don't like it. They can't wait for them to go away so they can get rid of that stuff and have their room back. So we talked about that. David's stuff isn't going anywhere. Nobody has to contact me and say, oh yeah, I feel bad for you. What you gonna do with this Brave Star set? It's gonna stay right there where it's at, and I'm gonna dust it off every month. But a lot of people don't have that, so it's probably best now if you start making friends and getting people that you getting people in your life that you like and you know well, and say, okay, I can gift it to them. I can start selling it. Well, I don't know about start selling it because, unfortunately, some people die suddenly. So, but at least if you got an idea, a plan,
Yeah.
you can write it down on a piece of paper and put it somewhere, and that it'll be found. Give my stuff to so and so.
At least to liquidate it properly, if nothing else. Because if you got somebody, relatives, because we see it also in the comic community too, the spouse hates it,
Yeah.
or the kids don't care.
Mm-hmm.
My kid does. My kid loves this kind of stuff. if you're in the Illinois area, you've probably seen it because he does this for a living. And that's if you're Illinois, Michigan, or Wisconsin, and you've been to a toy show, that's Nerdtastic Plastic. That's him. So he loves it, but a lot of kids, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care about it. They're like, "Oh, Dad, with the stupid baby toys, man." Or yeah, man, I can't tell my friends. I can't have my friends over because he's like all playing with dolls and crap. And he's all like embarrassing and stuff. But or the wife, when are you getting rid of those things? Don't tell me you bought more of them doll babies. It's not a doll baby. It's a freaking action figure, man.
Yeah.
Would you lay off? I'll be down at the bar. Yeah, why don't you just stay there? But anyways.
Your pillow will be on the couch.
Dave, you got some issues you want to talk about?
Unfortunately, there's somebody listening to this that'll have to.
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky. She likes it, but there's somebody who doesn't get it, and so if you know you can't give it to anyone, at least have it set up with someone who can like assist with liquidating it properly. So at the very least, whoever you're leaving anything to doesn't get ripped off, because you know what'll happen.
Yeah.
Dealing with a toy dealer or a comic dealer is the same as dealing with a pawn shop when it comes to liquidating.
Yeah.
And then we go, yeah, I don't know. You know, looking around even in this room, I might can do $1,200.
Yeah.
You know, you know what I'm talking
For
about.
that one,
Yeah.
You'll end up with that guy.
Yeah.
You'll end
And
go ahead.
a couple of years ago, it's probably been 2-3 years ago, it was a person in upper United States. The guy died, and he had this huge graded comic book collection. I mean, he had stuff all the way from the golden age.
Yeah.
And his family didn't know it. And then when he died, they found a locker key and opened it up, and it was like hundreds and hundreds of graded comics. And they were like, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
And I never followed it to see what happened, but I watched another guy, his YouTube channel, and this young boy brought his granddad's comic collection. He had them in binders. He had them in like those slip covers, but they were all in binders. And he was like, I just want to, just sell it. And the guy was honest, and he looked through it. He was like, no, we're going to have to hook you up with Heritage so you can sell it. These are premium, good grade. I mean, they were all
It turned
loose.
out that particular collection was a lost pedigree collection that they were actively looking for.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and it was like, we're talking millions.
Mhm.
And he was like, no. And he was like, and that guy said in the video, I'm just glad he came to me.
Yeah.
Because I know people in the business that would have probably given him $500.
Yeah.
And just sent him home.
And the boy probably would have been happy
Yeah.
because they say he was like 20 years old or something. Give him a couple of $100, he probably would have walked away.
Yeah,
No
that
problem.
happens.
But yeah, I think you should set something up. And we've talked to other people. They have something in place because their family don't like their collection.
Yeah.
Comics and toys. So they already worked it out with somebody. If something happens to them, to come to the house, look at everything, and sell it for the family. And they've already spoke to the family and say, this person is going to come by and they're going to help you sell everything at premium price.
Yeah.
So you can
They
have
know
the
what
money.
to do. Just
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, as for me and David's stuff, I won't get rid of anything.
I wouldn't get rid of any of her stuff either.
Everything's gonna stay right where it is.
And to emphasize on that, we had a friend that had he was on YouTube, okay, and he had put a video out. We knew him. We had collaborated with him a few times, and this was a while back. Put a video out. I'm giving my entire collection to Open by Chance when I die, right? And and then we contacted him to find out, what's this all about? Turns out he actually was terminally ill, and we asked him, basically we were like, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have somebody who you can give something to. And some people who know our channel know the story. But and I don't want to name him,
Mhm.
you know, but
Yeah,
just
yeah, you don't.
give him his anonymity. But he was like, no, you don't understand. My wife doesn't understand. My family doesn't care about what I'm doing. They don't understand it. They'll get ripped off, or they'll throw it away, or they'll give it to the charity or whatever. And it's sad. It's really sad that that's how he felt about it.
Mhm.
And we found out he dropped off for a while. Nobody knew where he was. We were looking for him online, and some other people that knew him didn't know where he was. Found out a year later he had passed away.
Mm.
And no, we didn't get anything, because I know somebody's going to ask. I have to imagine he must have reconsidered.
Mhm.
But like I said, we had asked him to think about that. It's like, don't send us all your stuff, man.
Yeah, I mean,
know,
we're like total
That's so
strangers.
sad. Yeah, that's so
And
sad.
he was like, but y'all would appreciate it. I mean, he had sent us
Yeah.
gifts before, and we have
Just,
it.
a care package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
we have it up in the room. Everybody that sends us stuff, we put it up.
Yeah,
You know?
and you see, you can't see it. There's
Well, yeah, we got a door
see
full of cards
all the cards and letters there
that people
Mhm.
send.
that
You
are on
know?
the back door there.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's our like little tribute to people who have sent things to us, or sent us letters or mail or whatever.
Yeah.
But we don't want somebody to do something like that. And it's like, you must have
Yeah, yeah.
somebody.
Yeah. But I mean, it is something that should be talked about and
Yeah.
discussed. If you
Oh,
have
definitely.
any type, I mean, we got records, like thousands of records. We got hundreds and thousands of comic books, all of this toys. You got to talk to somebody and say, this is what I want to happen, because we're not going to be here forever. And again, unfortunately, some people die suddenly. Some people are sick and die. Some people get old and they're like, okay, I'm old now, and I'm at the end of my rope. I don't hate to say it like that. I'm at the rope.
We know it.
But I got to make a plan. I got to do something.
Yeah.
And it's nothing that you should push back. So we talked about it, and then while we were talking, we said we should make a video about this.
Yeah.
Talking about
And
this.
it resonated with a lot of people, because a lot of people
Yep.
feel that way. They
Yeah.
feel like nobody cares what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they don't want, at the very same time, they're like, well, at least if my kids get this stuff, I don't want them to get ripped off either.
Yeah.
Because people, they see stuff, the record collections that we buy, we find on like Facebook Marketplace or whatever. A lot of times somebody's, doing a renovation or whatever, and they just find crates full of records, and they don't care at all. And they're like, $50, 500 records, whatever. And you go through it and you're like, holy crap, this one's worth like $80. This one's worth $50. This one's worth this. They had no clue, and they don't care.
Yeah.
And people will do that.
Yeah, they just want it gone. And
Yeah.
you'll see that sometime in the description. I just want it gone. Come pick it up. And,
I don't want to know. I don't care. Yeah.
And we've been to people's house, and while we were there, there was other boxing, and I'll say, "Are you selling this too?" "Oh, I don't care. Just take it. Add it with the rest." And I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And we pack it up and go.
Somebody did that with us with a comic lot.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even want to know.
Yeah.
Real quickly, let's go around the room. Murray, you got plans, and if something happens, real quick.
Hoping that I've got all the research material available to man, so I'm hoping my son takes an interest and eBays it all as his retirement and his pension and his inheritance. Otherwise, shit out of luck, dude. You get nothing.
Oh, no.
Stacey, what about you, man? You got everything
He's
on an
gonna have
Excel
to work
spreadsheet?
for it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, no, I worked this out actually 10 years ago. Everything is labeled for all my G.I. Joe stuff. What is vintage? What is not vintage? What I paid for it, the date I paid for it. Also,
You're organized.
Kind of think the value is worth. And then as far as my records, and I have a bunch of other collectibles. I have the first pressing of Yesterday and Today, which is the Butcher Block album of the Beatles. And so I have the values of all that stuff. I put them inside the sleeve. So all they have to do is go through everything, and they're all going to my kids. So
Oh, that's good.
what they do with it is up to them. Sell it because
Perfect.
Yeah. And that's an important point also that ties in with this is to you got to have everything cataloged. You really do.
Yeah.
At the very least for insurance purposes.
Right.
You got to have a database available. A lot of people, they just have stuff and they pile it and they,
Right.
they're like, oh, man, get started on it.
I just wanted
a little bit at a time
to do that for them, so that way they wouldn't sell something that was a reproduction and thinking it was vintage too.
Mhm.
For like GI Joe stuff. So I have it listed as what it is, and if I have a complete set that's all vintage, but maybe I have one piece that I'm missing that's reproduction that's in there, I list that what that is. I said that's reproduction. So
because you'll sell that on eBay and then they'll find that one customer. I hope you realize, sir, that this is a
well, I want to make
reproduction.
sure that everything is represented correctly. So, and I'm not going to be there, so
Mhm.
Sure.
I've already
Buyer beware.
Yeah, because nobody wants my stuff. So you know what I mean. So I figured that's what I would do.
We want
All
it.
right.
I'll take it.
Rick, since you're the oldest and probably going to die first, what are you guys? You got plans? You got
I
plans
am at the end of my rope, so
Yeah, well, that's what LPH said. Yeah, you're at the end of your rope.
and has a loop on the end. Anyways, well,
Rick was gonna have a Viking funeral.
Yeah.
Burn it all
Pout
down.
on you, baby. Just pout on and light it on fire.
I want it all buried with me.
So, well, I've already I'm starting setting things in motion, and my plan is for the next year to seriously downsize and just start getting rid of stuff. I don't like the word get rid of. I'm going to make it available to people. I don't ask big money.
Send it to me.
I practically give it away. And I would gladly give some of it away to people who would appreciate it. But I
I
don't
appreciate it all.
I don't have super duper collections. It's a lot of stuff. And so some things might appeal to people. Me and Ernie made a deal about some custom figures I did, and he's going to be happy. He's getting a fantastic deal, and so I'll just throw it out there. But the idea is to downsize because I'm going to be 65 in 2 months, and I have to think about what's going to happen.
Over 45.
Thank you, Murray. I love you.
I know.
But I got to think about what's going to happen 3 years from now, and what if I have to move?
Why 3 years? Wait. What did you come up with 3 years? Why 10?
I guess I want to be ready when something
Well,
happens.
I already passed my expiration date, so it doesn't make a difference for me. I want to know why you come up with 3.
It's the age. I think I've just hit a point where now it's time to start
being
letting stuff
realistic.
go. You can't hang on to it forever. And like what you said, what will happen here is if I drop dead tomorrow, a guy will come in and offer $500 to cart it all away, $400, and they'll make a fortune, putting it out on eBay and flea markets and all that
Do
shit.
the legwork, yeah.
So I would rather give it to people who will appreciate it, and
while you can kind of
while I can do it,
pick who you want it to go to and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, right.
You can't drag it around for the rest of your life, I guess.
Can't take it with you either, right?
At least 3 years I have.
Now we know Paul is not going to have anything because the AOA is taking it all. So
apparently, I'm looking at the chat room over here. All the guys in the action from Awesome are like, we're taking.
Barb's taking a bunch.
Yeah, well,
I know they're already drawing straws in there.
Yeah, they are. They got dibs on this stuff.
I mean, we had one guy in our Axis of Awesome group that passed away last year, and his wife contacted me, sent me a giant box, and then I divvied it up to the other guys, and just no charge, no nothing. We just divvied it up, who wanted what, and it was sad, and it got me thinking about, I got so much stuff. And those of you that know me, I talk, I got 2 daughters, 26, 27. They want nothing to do with any of my stuff. They want me to sell it now, and I'm like, can you wait till I die? I still kind of like collecting, you know. Still kind of,
Well,
you know,
yeah, you've got your GI Joes, toy soldiers. You've got your
model
trains.
trains. I got Legos. I got everything. I
Oh,
mean,
you've got
so
Lego too.
yeah, I
Oh,
got Legos too. So I'm just
they
like,
hurt when you step on them.
you know, and I do. I'm like you guys. I got Excel spreadsheets, how much I paid for it. Don't sell it for less than this, but I don't know. You know,
Are
I
they
don't have
going
it
to
in
go
right.
through the
I don't have anything in writing in my will that says keep this as a collection, donate it to a museum, or I want this person to get it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if I should go
Right.
that far or just leave it up to my kids, and if they give it the goodwill, they give it the goodwill. You know what I mean? That's
Just leave
You
it
got
to
to
the
do
kids.
one of those like weird Twilight Zone wills where it's like, in order to inherit everything, you must keep the house exactly as it is now.
Yeah.
It's like, I hate this place.
so. But yeah, I just got to thinking, you know, and you know, I watched, like I said, some of your other videos. I really enjoyed. I wrote some of them down. The one how an action figure can change your destiny. I really like
Yeah,
that.
that
You know,
was my panel from Joe Fest.
yeah. I mean, just you know, so you guys aren't just collecting; you're talking about other topics, and that's why I thought this would be an
Yeah.
interesting topic just to bring up tonight and not talk about just GI Joes like we usually do. So
There's nothing wrong with GI Joe now.
I know,
No.
I know.
Well, and the big thing is, you know, we have these ideas thinking that, yeah, you know, like if our kids, well, okay, you know, it's going to be his. But are they, it's the biggest question is, are they going to be willing to make the effort to get the value out of it?
And
You know, they might,
that's part
you
of the
know,
big issue too. Is
Yeah.
or are they just going to go,
Well, we've run into people like that too. They say, okay, I'm going to put it on eBay or do these things. And then
Yeah.
they start and it doesn't move the way they want them to. So then they give up. And then
Yeah.
they say, just come take it. And just give me $100. You can have everything. I just want it out of my house.
yeah, that does
My
happen.
sister's
That does
coming.
happen with a lot of people where they're like, oh, I know what it's worth,
Mhm.
and then they wanna take that slow dime, but that's nothing wrong with that if you're going to put in the work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people don't have the patience for that. They're
That's
too
right.
lazy. They're too
Yeah.
lazy to sit
well,
there.
and it takes time.
Yeah, they just
And it
want
can
to
last,
Yeah.
drag out for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's too late. They don't want to sit there for 2 years and sell
Well,
auctions.
exactly.
Yeah.
They after the first few weeks they're like, oh, this is a load of crap. I'm just done.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And that's why when you go to the flea market, you see the same guy sitting there every week for a year with the same stuff because he won't go down on the price.
Oh, thank you, Lead Action Joe.
Hey, Lead Action Joe.
Nice. Uh-oh, Cause is coming north.
I see that comment. Yeah, he's gonna come. He's coming to the man cave to help
Uh-oh.
himself to my collection. So.
The garage. Nuts.
Just leave the garage door open.
You're-
Yeah.
One other video that you made that I wanted to touch on real quick was when is it time to stop collecting? Man, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never.
That one,
Yeah.
too.
That's kind of like
Never.
never.
I've hit pause a couple times, but never really stopped. And now with so little in the retail market, you know, and my son's not much older because it was more fun when he was young. I don't buy nearly as much, but what I do buy is better.
Yeah, more quality versus quantity.
More quality, yeah.
Yeah.
It's more vintage oriented now, just because all the stuff that's been
Sure.
let out there, and licensing has pushed the price way too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the cost of things.
$200-300 for a figure. Just that Rocket Man figure from Captain Action looks so sweet, but not at $300 American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then plus shipping. So
Yeah.
Well, and
That's the nail
40%
Duty.
and 40% exchange.
ooh, yeah.
30%. Wow.
Thanks, Trudeau.
No, it's free healthcare.
Yeah, sure. Nothing is free.
Yeah. Wow.
Nothing in life is free.
Yeah.
There you go, Action Joe.
Oh,
He's gonna
God.
go. He's gonna go full Fahrenheit 451 on his collection.
Yeah.
That's a good comment.
What you need is to have somebody who's in the U.S. and who can buy that stuff for you and then slide it across the border.
Yeah, but it's still $200 American or $300 American.
Still not cheap.
Yeah.
And the exchange rate is like that's why I've got the address in Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't have to. I mean,
Right.
I pay duty if they want me to pay duty when I come across the border with it, but it saves me money on postage. But I'm still
Do you
paying.
have that hidden compartment in your car? Slide
Oh no, no, no. No, Stacey.
No.
And I would
No.
never even contemplate such a thing
We're
because
on the air.
you know that
This
when
is
I
a
was a
live
kid,
show.
when I was
It's not like
kid,
a weapon. I mean, it's
no, Paul.
What's a hidden compartment? I don't know what you're talking
When I
about.
was a kid, we were crossing at International Falls to Fort Francis, coming back from we'd been down in International Falls for the weekend, and coming back, and there was late 60s, early 70s Corvette Stingray, and they were dismantling the car on the asphalt,
Oh wow.
taking it completely apart, and apparently they didn't even give the guy a wrench to put it back together when they were done, and they
Nice.
found nothing.
Mm.
But I guess he was a bit of a dick, and there was a reasonable stop, and so they checked them out,
Sure.
pulled apart his car, and so I don't mess with customs, man. I'll tell you, I'm upfront and honest about everything because they
Wow.
scare
That's
the
beautiful.
shit out of me.
Sure you are.
That's crazy.
Well, but they have that right, and
Yeah.
even going
Yeah.
into the States. I
Yeah.
remember coming out of the States, I'd gone down to Minnesota to pick up a parcel and coming out, and I was driving an old Ford Focus. No, before that, the Escort, and it looked not so nice. And the guys stopped me on the American side before I crossed back into Canada, and they asked me, what was the purpose of your trip? I said, well, I'm heading back home. What the hell do you care? Is what I'm thinking. And the guy says, and do you have any monies with you? I said, I think I got about $40 left in my wallet. Why? He says, no bearer bonds. I said, pardon me. He says,
Mr. Bond.
yeah, it's like I'm driving an old Ford Escort.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had that much money, do you not think my car would be a little better caliber?
Yeah, right.
That's the perfect cover for it, though.
Yeah. See?
Maybe, I guess, but yeah. So it's like I don't mess around with those guys at the border on either side. It's like straight up.
That's
So-
something they asked me too. If I had bearer bonds on me when I was coming back from Canada, I was like, "What?
Yeah, about
Where does that come from?
$10,000. Why?
Do I
Oh,
look like I have bearer bonds?"
We're at
I
the
guess
top
it
of the
was
hour,
good,
and
right?
Rick's medication is going to kick in pretty soon here. He's going to start falling
It
asleep.
already
So I'm going to bring you guys up big, Dave and LPH. And if you just want to tell people how they can find you, talk a little bit maybe about Open by Chance, you little
Keep
give
up
us
the
your
good
show
work.
a little plug, if you will.
Open by Chance on YouTube, and that's at Open by Chance if you're trying to look for it directly. And obviously, it's a YouTube channel where we discuss pop culture and vintage, pretty much everything and anything. We do a lot of toys from different eras, comic books, vinyl records. We talk about movies, TV shows. If it's from the past, we love it. Hell, old commercials are better than the ones we have now.
Yeah.
Tell me it's a lie. We go around to different conventions in the area, and we film tours of the shows.
Mhm.
We do showcases of specific toys and action figures. Have discussions. We do live streams,
Mhm.
and sometimes we do collaborations with other channels.
I also have a channel at Lady Pop Hunter on YouTube. Show some of my collection, comic books, the records. We talk about them, and I'm gonna start doing putting more stuff out on my channel. But it's at Lady, excuse me, at Lady Pop Hunter at Lady Pop Hunter on YouTube.
Should have picked an easier name, LPH.
Yeah,
No,
right.
no.
You might have to take initial off or something.
You can click over from Open by Chance too, because
Yeah.
I've got her on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's the next show you guys are going to be at? Are you going to be at the next Toylanta or?
Oh, yeah, we'll be at
Yeah, we'll
Toylanta.
be at Toylanta.
Yeah.
We're going to the record show in November. They have a record show here. It's a huge record show.
Atlanta
like-
Record and CD show. It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's about 4 or 5 times a year, and that's always fun. And that's in November.
Mhm.
So that's the next thing we'll be going to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we're going to the Toy Federation, the Retro Toy Show
The Retro Toy
in
show.
South Carolina. We might go to that, and that's in November.
Yeah, and then of course there's the Conyers Toy and Comic Show coming up in December. And in December also will be the next Retro Toy Swap
Mm-hmm.
in Powder Springs.
Okay.
So yeah, we get around.
I was going to say, you guys are busy. So.
Yeah.
No kidding.
All right, folks,
Yeah,
we'll
maybe-
sign up for their channel. If you're not already signed up, make sure you hit them
Yep.
up, give them a like. Thanks again for being on the show tonight, LPH and David. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to leave you guys with Chuck's video tonight. If you guys want to order those outfits, make sure you check them out. Have a good night.
Thanks again, everyone in the chat.